Brian Wenther, your world long drive champion.
Hey you guys, and welcome to Driven Golf Show. If you guys couldn't tell, we're in beautiful Tampa Bay, Florida. Now we're doing something a little bit different on this episode of Driven. We're still gonna have a lot of fun, but this might be our most powerful, meaningful episode of Driven that we've ever done. We partnered with the National Rejuvination Centers. We're here in their beautiful headquarters here in Tampa. And as we get older, our hormones start to change a little bit. Well, what they do is hormone optimization. Now that I'm in my 30s, I'm a little more tired. I don't feel quite as good as I did when I was in my early 20s. So these guys are gonna put me through the full range. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I'm gonna be your test subject. I'm gonna share everything with you guys, and hopefully seeing me go through this will encourage you guys to go through this. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Can't wait to show you guys.
How's it going, everyone? Enjoying this beautiful weather. So much fun. We're out here with Nick, and we're hanging out with Jeff of National Rejuvination Centers. And you know what? Even though we're enjoying this beautiful beach, me and Manbear are getting kind of hungry. So we need to check out if there's any good food over here on the water. We're gonna go check it out now.
Guys, here we are. Our first day in Tampa is almost over. We had a great day today. Hustle, we started at the beach, had some really good food. It was a great time. Nick and Jeff showed us around. Really fun. But we're back at the hotel here. We have a big day tomorrow. We're gonna meet the doctor tomorrow. We're gonna play some golf in the morning.
Yep.
So before we hit the hay, we gotta feed and we gotta stretch, because as you guys know, it's been a long plane ride over here to Florida. So Hustle, what are we gonna do to kind of get stretched out, make sure we sleep well, and have a good day tomorrow?
Well, I think what's really important is we want to open up our hips, okay? So we want to get some activation, some glute activation, get our quads involved, the hamstrings, lower part of our body. Because a lot of the rotation stuff we're going to do tomorrow, a lot of that power is based from the lower body. So the goal is let's open it up a little bit tonight before we get out there, so when we go out for the first time tomorrow, it's not fresh on us.
All right, guys, we're going to open up those hips, have a good dinner, and play lots of golf and talk to the doctor tomorrow.
All right, guys, right here you have Mark Bell's, this is the Sport Hip Circle. So we're gonna use this right now on Manbear, and one of the ideas that we have is just kind of getting that activation we talked about. I'm gonna have him slide this right above the top of his knees right here, and we're gonna do side steps. So one of the biggest things we're gonna do with Manbear is make sure that when he takes that side step, he wants to continue to keep tension on that band. So what he's gonna do is a big step, half step, never letting his knees crash in. You always want your knees keeping pressure onto the band. So he's gonna throw this on for me real quick.
And I'm putting it right above my knees here.
About right above your knees. So he's already developing some torque and some tension here. He's already feeling on the outside of his legs, okay? So next thing I want you to do is I want you to take a big step to your right, then a half step, yep, and then stay low, a little bit more athletic stance. Keep going. There you go. Again, big step, half step. You can do this any direction, right? So let's have him do 3 big step, half steps to the left. So 1, 2, one more, 3, and let's do 3 more back to the right. Big step. There you go. Big step, half step. Good. And that's just a quick.
Good. Yeah, I feel it burning.
It's a quick one we could do really quick, and you could sample this out where you go out a certain distance and come back to a certain distance. Make sure you're working both sides of that. Kind of the next thing we're going to do is really cool. Just travel with this thing. It's really easy to move around. Throw it right in your pocket if you want. The next one we're going to do is some activation. So we're going to have him lay on his back on the ground. So we're going to keep the band right there. No, we'll pull it right back to where it was. Yeah, so we'll go here like this first. And what we're going to do is I'm going to have him force pressure into the band here, and he has to maintain that pressure and that torque right there. So then what I'm going to have him do is I want to have him raise his hips up as high as he can, higher, 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 squeezing the glutes for activation. You can already see there's a little bit of shaking. He's going to bring it back down. He's going to come back up. Squeeze at the top and hold, and he's keeping pressure on the outside, back down. We'll do one more, up and hold. He's going to hold here. Another way we make this even more difficult, relax. I'm going to show him right now. He's going to keep that tension. He's going to extend this leg out so there's no base leg, and let's see if he can go up. Single leg, back down, go back up, single leg. And you can alternate legs with that, but just here with your feet down, your knees pushing out, bringing the hip up, squeezing the glutes. This is definitely all that you're going to need. There's different ways to challenge yourself. You could also do a hold, so go ahead and come up. You could also do a static hold. All right, easy. Next one we're going to do, just a basic squat. So everyone's squat setup is going to be a little bit different. So for Ryan, I'm just going to have him find a nice squat stance, maybe about feet outside of your shoulders. Okay, back's neutral, and we're going to have him keep pressure. Don't let the knees crash in. And he's going to go down as low as he can. He's going to come back up, and good. When he goes down again, I'm just going to make sure these shoulders stay back, his chest and eyes stay forward. He's going to go down and then back up. Do it again. Good. Bring those feet in just a little bit more for me and turn your toes out slightly. Okay, let's keep, don't let your knees crash in. Let's see that squat again. Let's see if we can fix that a little bit. A little bit better. Good. Come back up. Keep the chest up one more time. And then back up. Good. So that's a quick and simple way to be able to get some activation right after a flight and have some fun. How'd it feel for you?
You know, it's easy. It's a little hard. The reason it's hard is because we had a 6-hour flight getting here, so I am tight here, sitting in the little seats. But this is a good way for me to get loose. That way when we go to hit golf balls tomorrow, I'm not too tight and I can swing really fast.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
All right, guys.
All right, everyone, we got a good night's rest. That's really important when you're trying to be a phenomenal athlete like the Manbear. I'm working on that portion. I do like to work out hard. Anyways, before we head over to Dr. Bart's office and figure out what's going on with Ryan's body, with all of his hormones and all the stuff that's happening in the Manbear, the goal is to get in some early morning golf. So we're going to introduce you now to Nick and to Jeff, and they're from the National Rejuvination Center in St. Louis. Good guys. Let's head out to the golf course and have some fun.
Hey guys, I'm Jeff.
I'm Nick. We're with National Rejuvination Centers of St. Louis.
So we're based out of the St. Louis clinic, but today we are down in Tampa. Later we're going to visit our Tampa clinic, but right now we are on the golf course. I actually know Charlie. He put me in touch with Ryan. We have Ryan set up being a patient at our clinic down here in Tampa. Me and Charlie go way back from the weightlifting and fitness community. So today I will not be hitting any golf balls today. My background's kind of more in weightlifting. I'll just be doing some caddying for the Manbear. So today you can call me the Junior Bear. I'll just be passing him his clubs.
Mr. Clean.
All right, guys, before we tee it up, I want to introduce you to someone very special. Her name is Lindsay. It is Dr. Bart's daughter. And she actually won the drive portion of the drive, chip, and putt for her region. She can absolutely bang it out there. She's like a little mini Manbear. But we're about to have a lot of fun. She's going to give us some tips. I'm going to give her some tips. We're going to enjoy our round, and then we're going to head over and talk to Dr. Bart at the clinic.
Hello, I am Lindsay Kerr, and today I'm going to try to beat Ryan.
So we obviously had a great time golfing. Lindsay's a beast. She hit the ball so well. It was so fun to see someone so dedicated to their craft so early. But now, you know what? This is going to get pretty personal. And so We're going to meet over with Dr. Bart right now. We're going to National Rejuvination Centers in Tampa, and it's one of the best places in the world if you want to learn about your body, hormone optimization, and we're about to uncover some really big things. And so I'm really excited about this because it's going to be progressive, it's going to move forward. All the things that we're doing right now are moving in the right direction. Let's see what's going on with Manbear.
So Ryan, you came all the way in from California now, and we know your history, we know what you're doing, but tell me really, why are you here?
You know, lately, these last few years, obviously, I mean, I'm really hard on my body. I've been a long driver for a long time, setting a lot of records. It does a lot of damage on my body, as well as spending a lot of time in the gym. I'm always traveling. I've just been really run down a lot, you know, tired, fatigued, just kind of, you know, I don't want to say stressed too much, but my body it almost feels like I'm falling apart a little bit. And every year it seems to just get a little worse. So I'm trying to figure out, you know, what the problem is, where we're going, and I never really got anywhere. So that being said, this is what ultimately drove us here.
When did it start, the tiredness?
Probably within the last 2 years.
Last 2 years?
Last 2 years, it's just, you know, I used to be able to hit balls all day, come home and, you know, be active, go to the gym. Now it's like I seem like if I go practice now, I really can't go to the gym, so I have to really plan my day accordingly or come home and take a nap. It's like I'm exhausted, but not too tired.
When you have low testosterone, like you do, one of the things that happens is you are it's funny because you think when you're on low testosterone, you're just mellow and quiet and all that kind of stuff. No, this is when it's the most stressful time of your life. We're not going to take the stressors away when we add testosterone back into your life, these bioidentical hormones that we're talking about. What we're going to do is we're going to make you cope with them a little bit better. So that 10 out of 10 stress level hopefully will come down to a 7, a 6. Stuff's still there, but then with testosterone you change in the fact when you're optimal, and we want you to do. I don't want you to be at your age. I want you to be optimal. I want you to beat the guys younger than you. But high normals are what we're going for in the normal range, like a drug-tested AAU athlete. Right. But when we look at this, and one of the biggest things that happens to the guys initially is they can cope with things. You're you again, meaning that I can handle it. I've done this before a million times, where now looking at your numbers, I don't know what you're feeling, but sometimes it's like you get worried. It's like, oh my God, what do I do? When normally you would say, oh, this is easy, I can pull this off anytime. So one of the things that we've seen with your numbers, and without going into too much detail, you're low. Right. And you do not, your insides from your blood work do not look like this on the outside. Not only are you an anomaly on the golf course, you're also an anomaly in the medical community. We're looking at this thing and saying, my God, he should have perfect testosterone. And we've seen this more than once. We've seen a lot of guys going around that look good, but there's something else going on. The true testosterone levels are not there. So we want to look at that as amongst other things.
All right, everyone. So I think it's really important to see how vulnerable Manbear's made himself. He gave himself the opportunity to disclose some very personal information with Dr. Bart, but he was man enough to step in that room and be honest and figure out what's the best course for me, what's the best plan. And as he was honest with that information and Dr. Bart was reviewing everything, now we're going to get into some of the symptoms and kind of show why we're here and what it is that we're doing. And then also, this is a great opportunity to also educate you guys and showing an understanding of what hormone optimization really looks like and what the symptoms of it could be if it's not optimized.
The first thing I see in there is libido is down. Mm-hmm. And this is so common here. Right. And I guess it's common with anybody who's, pushing 40 or over 40, even some 30s now. They're decreasing libido. They're basically candidates for NRC. So I'm going to ask you, when did this start?
This year, probably.
This year?
Yeah, within the last year. And it was fairly sudden, too.
One of the things, I don't know if you study testosterone, but one of the first things that comes back is libido. Mm-hmm. Be careful what you wish for, all right? Because when we say we're going to take you back to a 20-year-old jock, we're not kidding. You're going to be whatever that guy was or should have been, but whatever those guys feel and do, just be careful with your wife. Let her know. And it sounds funny, but if it's too much, we would sub-optimize you. We've had the patients to say, oh my God, I can't think about work or anything else. It's too much. Right. We're going to take you down a notch so you can function. We still want you on the golf course. Yeah. All right? Let's see what's going on here. What's up with the mood?
As far as just, I just feel a little more if I, if I get stressed out a little bit, I seem just, it's just different, it's like, it all comes down to just being a little more tired, and when we get tired, or at least when I get tired, I get a little more touchy and...
You're grumpy.
Yeah, a little more grumpy.
We know you have low testosterone. It's funny because people think if you take a bunch of testosterone, you're going to be grumpy. What they don't realize, if you don't have testosterone, you're grumpy.
Right.
The biggest gauge of this, of this type of thing, is not the blood test. It's not you. It's the people you live with. So when we do a re-eval, sometimes when people come in, we always ask the spouse, is he still grumpy? And that's the one we want to know, because the guy's always going to say, no, I'm fine. That's the thing. But we really want to know from the other people. One of the things we see with testosterone is the mood elevation component of it. It's extraordinary because it happened to me when I went on. And nothing that happens with testosterone is overnight. So if you hear somebody saying, oh my God, I took a shot, went to the gym, was incredible, so happy, everything was great, it's a placebo effect. I don't buy it for a second. Now, that they're doing a great workout and everything's great, cool. But it's not the testosterone. It takes 4, 5, 6 weeks to kick in. And once it does, it snowballs. It gets better and better until you probably reach a crescendo around 6 months. Physique goes forever. Right. But that feeling and all that, the thing we're talking about now, you get your life. Is it when you feel like depressed, or you just feel like nothing's really cool? Yeah,
I wouldn't call it being depressed at all, but just tired and dang, I love working long hours. I love grinding. I work 16, 17, 18-hour days. Now I work an 8-hour day, doing whether it's golf or practice or filming, and I'm tired. Like I was golfing last week and I played 9 holes. We had 8, we were going to play 18 holes. After 9 holes, I swear I was falling asleep in the cart. And I kind of thought to myself, I'm like, I would never do this.
Your numbers actually look like you should be falling asleep in a cart.
All right, everyone. So Dr. Bart's now about to share with Ryan his test results. So let's see what's kind of going on in Ryan's body.
All right, blood work. Let's go down the list here. We start out with the lipid panels, and the lipids are your cholesterol. Your total cholesterol, they want under 200, you're 349. Your HDL, or good cholesterol, they want over 40, you're 30. Your triglycerides, the gooey stuff in the blood nobody wants, the bad stuff, you want under 150, 233. And your bad cholesterol, the LDL, they want this under 100 and you're 276.
So we're taking a look at cholesterol right now. High, that's not good. We got to get this stuff under wraps.
Going down the list here, what's really nice, your sugar levels, you could imagine being on the carnivore diet, they're going to be great. The high end of normal is 99, you're 83, wonderful there. Glomerular filtration rate, how good your kidneys work, phenomenal. Great numbers there. Kidneys are great. Liver function tests are great.
Sugar's great, kidneys are functioning great. That's a sign of a healthy guy, so we're happy with this. We're getting some good news so far.
Going down to your blood, this is the jock stuff. Your hematocrit, that's your oxygenated red blood cells. This is what gives you that advantage in endurance and so forth. Basically, your hematocrit is that of an Olympic athlete. 47 to 50 is what they are. You're 49.2. You can't compete in the Tour de France, I believe, over 50. So you can still cycle if you want, although you look a little weird with those guys.
So some more good news. Apparently, Manbear's a freak of nature and could potentially be a cyclist.
This is one of the things that really was fascinating with this. Sex hormone binding globulin. Sounds like a big word. What the heck is this stuff? Sex hormone binding globulin is a protein that attaches to a testosterone molecule, or any molecule, but it makes it too big to get into the cell. We usually find people with average sex hormone binding globulin. The numbers are 10 to 50, you're 4. All right? So, and in the old days, this would be great. Oh, he doesn't have to take as much testosterone to get the job done. There's not as much protein attached to it. It all go into the cell. But we found that, and this is recent studies, suggest that an increase in sex hormone binding globulin decreases your lipid profiles. What do you have a problem with? what do you have too little of? Sex hormone binding globulin.
So it's really interesting turn of events here. You know, you see how strong Manbear is, you see his size, you see his energy when it comes to hitting the ball. That's probably just pure excitement. When we started looking inside of his body and Dr. Bart's uncovering these things, his cholesterol is extremely high and his testosterone is actually extremely low. And this is not really conducive for him to be the world champion athlete that he is. Although we do know he can potentially go run a marathon or cycle a marathon, that's just not what he's competing in. He's competing in hitting the ball as far as he can. And we have to not only fix that just because of the sport, but we need to fix that for the rest of his life. He needs to be optimized. He needs to be running at levels that are right for him and levels that are natural and healthy.
You got 5 weeks with me to be normal, and then you got another 20 weeks to be exceptional. We're talking about passing a life insurance exam with Athletic Preferred, getting the cheap rates. That's what we need to do within 8 weeks. If not, we're going to send you to the statin police and we're going to put you on something.
All right, you guys, there you have it. I barely have any testosterone. My cholesterol's way too high. I'm a mess. But you know what? I'm really proud of myself. I'm very happy that I did this. I'm glad that I gave this to you guys. I thought this was really important. I didn't think I was as bad as I was. But the way I look at it, I have a really bright future. I'm really excited to start working with these guys. Dr. Bart has been fantastic. Nick and Jeff are amazing guys in St. Louis. So I hope this reaches a lot of you men out there, not only men, but women as well. Hormone optimization is such a big thing. I'm very much looking forward to it. I want to thank you guys so much for not only having me in there, but the whole team Driven. We had a great time. You guys are amazing. And I'm very much looking forward to catching up with you guys soon. And let's get this thing on the road. I'm excited for the future.
Hey everyone, in all seriousness, as a health and wellness professional, it's really important that you understand not only more about how your body works, but kind of what's going on in the inside of your body as well. You have nutrition, you have sleep, you have fitness. Some of the things that you can't control, you don't really understand, are what's going on in your blood, what's going on inside your body. I think that Manbear making himself vulnerable enough to go in there, show you guys on television, hey, this is what's going on in me, that takes a lot of courage. And he's willing to be able to be out there in front and show you this stuff. We'd only encourage you too to go through a testing protocol, see what's going on with your body. You might be okay, and we're not advocating that you need something you don't, but what if you do? So go out, find the answers, and remember, the only person that can make sure that they're investing in their health is you.
I'm driven. I'm driven.